Guys, we have one of the biggest Bitcoin bears right now actually turning bullish, and this is something that I basically want to share about the sentiment in Bitcoin. What we are seeing is that people who were extremely bearish on Bitcoin and they're all screaming for Bitcoin going to 10k right now starting to flip bullish, and that is actually a warning signal. We have to be careful with this because when the sentiment will change like that, it's often that we are at some form of a reversal. Doesn't necessarily mean that we are at the exact point, but it does mean that something is changing in the sentiment. This is of course one example, but it is really important for you to evaluate what you are seeing online in the sentiment. When is everyone bearish? Is everyone bullish? When are the bears flipping to bulls? When are the bulls flipping to bears? It just gives a lot of information. So this is Profit Blue. This is a very famous Twitter account, and he has been screaming similar with Il Capo of crypto, talking about Bitcoin going to 10k. And I gotta give the guy some credits because during 2022, especially Il Capo made a lot of calls that Bitcoin went lower, and it did went lower. But if you always follow that trend and you never expect that reversal, then you will also think Bitcoin will go lower when it's actually at the bottom. Right, so that is just very dangerous to do, to just pick one direction. Because like we said before, the seasonality is very important. When the seasonality of selling starting, yes, we have to follow the trend downwards. But when the seasonality of buying is starting and we are seeing reversal signals, then that is the moment you actually got to flip bias. And this is very difficult to do. And you probably know it by yourself. It's very difficult to flip bias. If you are seeing some reasonings or you really want in your heart Bitcoin to go lower or to go up because of your positioning, you will try and look for every reason, every argument to confirm your bias. This is basically, there's even a term for it, and it's called confirmation bias. So this is like, I'm actually quite shocked that I see this guy flipping bullish right now as he has been so bearish. It is nice that he can flip, but it also gives a little bit of a warning signal with what's going on with Bitcoin. He also says that if we lose 27, 28k, he will likely flip bearish again. And I won't really agree with what he's saying, to be honest, because if we were to go to Bitcoin right now, we can see that actually Bitcoin is coming down still in this formation. We haven't seen a breakout yet, so we are still trading in this sideways range. Breakout can happen any moment from here, but it might look like we get a pullback before we can actually continue this rally because of this possible sell-off. And we also got this early signals already over on whaleportal.com because the average funding fee is back to normal levels. It's positive. That generally is not the most bullish sign. So we have seen it right here as well. The moment the funding rate was positive, like really positive, we don't really see the price of Bitcoin trending that much up. No, it's just going a bit sideways, which is fine, but it goes up once the funding rate goes down. So this is also an automated signal that we programmed into WhaleAlerts. Once the funding rate flips bearish, there will be a notification telling you whenever the funding basically flipped bullish or bearish. And yeah, if we are looking at Bitcoin, we can see a little bit of weakness right here in the shorter term time frame as we are approaching the half of the 60-day cycle right here. That doesn't mean that the Bitcoin top is in. It's also possible that Bitcoin comes down right here and then still comes up and comes into that cycle high later in that 60-day cycle. And then afterwards, we see a correction into that new 60-day cycle low. Where that is going to be, we have to see where Bitcoin is trading on this specific date, right? But this is something that we are tracking, also something that I've been explaining about in the extra videos that I've published over on WhaleAlerts, where we basically talk about the most important things to determine when opening and closing a trade. Then guys, I want to share another thing with you. That is an altcoin that we shared over on WhaleAlerts. We got that altcoin right here. The altcoin is called Level Finance, and it's a very small cap altcoin. And yeah, we actually shared this when Level came down to $6.50. And if we look at it right now, already a couple of days later, we are up from 6.5 roughly 18%, which is actually very nice. And also this altcoin is already outperforming Bitcoin, and I'm actually quite happy, guys, because every altcoin that we have published over on WhaleAlerts has been outperforming Bitcoin. So we are doing really good over there. We don't pick that much, but the ones that we pick, they are doing really good with great setups. Most of the time, actually all of the time, outperforming Bitcoin. The previous list of the altcoins that we shared over on WhaleAlerts, I've also shared over right here. Right now, they are still all in profit. You can check my video right here in the information box. Level is one of the altcoins that they are actually over on bitget, so you can buy this altcoin over on bitget. If you want to join WhaleAlerts, you can do so also with joining bitget. You just need to go to whaleportal.com. Right here, you click on exchanges, then you click on bitget. And once we are at bitget, you can basically go to the bitget website right here, visit bitget, make an account, submit your user ID right here into WhaleAlerts, and then you will be added to the WhalePortal or WhaleAlerts channel. So guys, it's very much appreciated. Of course, if you are not from the United States and you don't have a Bybit account, I would highly suggest you to create a Bybit account, as they have the biggest deposit bonus right now of 30,000 US dollars. But this is just another beautiful call that we made over on the Telegram channel, which I wanted to share with you guys right here. So if you are interested in an altcoin, buying for the midterm, then this is definitely one thing to go. And if you want to get this information on time, of course, make sure to join WhaleAlerts on whaleportal.com. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you appreciate this second update today. If so, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Love you all very much, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.